Hi, my name is Angela Payavin.
I'm Kayla Mallett. And I'm Caitlin Rice. Today, our presentation is about solar power.
We walked around Lost Sierra campus and asked a few people what they thought solar power was and how it worked.
And here are their responses.
Solar power is solar energy, and it has solar energy.
What is solar? Solar power is power from the sun. And I think how it works is there's these black panels and somehow they soak up the UV rays or something, and then that powers the building. Or whatever they're powering.
Solar power is from the sun and it makes magical electricity.
It's basically, it works by having solar panels on the roof, and then solar energy hits those panels, which changes or it activates something that creates energy or something like that.
Perfect. Getting the heat from the sun and converting it to energy.
Solar power is energy taken from the sun and absorbed by panels. Each panel has multiple solar cells on it.
Solar panels capture sunlight and convert it to electricity using photovoltaic cells like the one illustrated in the picture in front of you. Such cells, which can power everything from calculators to cars, have several components. First, and most obviously, are two layers of silicon. These make up the bulk of the cell, and, as we'll see, the plane where they meet is where much of the key action takes place. The cell also has metal strips that conduct the flow of the electrons through wires into the house where it powers electrical appliances. Electrons also flow back out of a house and return to the cell through the cell's metal backing in order to make it a closed loop. Finally, the cell bears an anti-reflective coating, which ensures that photons, the particles of sunlight needed to generate solar power, are absorbed by the silicon layers and not reflected away.
Because it's hot through these wires. But that's their meter that's from Varengo Solar or Sunrun, and that's showing me how much I'm earning every minute of every day. Runs down in here into my panel and feeds all of my stuff here. Now, here's my inverter, and this is what takes it from just raw energy up there in the solar panels, runs through here and converts it. And it talks about, so now then it's been converted back down into the 240. So here's all my operating current, here's the voltage, there's the maximum by the system, there's all the important stuff. And the only thing I really understand or know is that as long as that green light's green, it's working.
Concentrating solar power technologies use mirrors to reflect and concentrate sunlight onto receivers that collect solar energy and convert it to heat. The thermal energy can then be used to produce electricity via a steam turbine or a heat engine that drives a generator.
Now we're going to teach you how to do your own solar power experiment at home. Today, we roasted a marshmallow by using the sun's energy.
There are 5 simple materials you'll need: aluminum foil, cardboard, tape, a marshmallow, and chopsticks. Cut a half circle in your cardboard and tape it into a cone shape. Then line the inside of the cone with foil, the shiny side out. Find a spot outside where all parts of the cone are exposed to the sun, and quickly you'll find the heat radiating at the base of the cone. Poke a hole with your chopstick and make sure your marshmallow is in the middle of the hottest point in the cone. 15 minutes later, you should find that at least a little bit has started to toast.
Pros and benefits of solar power. Number 1. Solar power does not give off pollution. The only pollution is when given off when creating the panels. 2. It's quiet compared to other forms of getting electricity, in comparison to energy generated by fossil fuels and wind turbines. 3. The energy is easily attainable through solar power and can be utilized in remote locations. 4. Cost effective. Installation of solar panels in remote locations is more cost effective than high voltage wires. It is a good investment. Though you have to pay a large amount of money at the beginning, it pays off in the end. 5. Effectively uses space. Solar panels can be installed on tops of many roofs. 6. We can become less dependent on fossil fuels for energy. Cons and negative effects of solar power. 1. Initial cost of solar panels. 2. Needs light. They are able to produce energy when there is a light source, from the sun or even the light from the full moon. 3. Weather can affect them. They can be damaged just like any other source of energy from the natural disasters. 4. Replacing damaged solar panels is expensive. You as the owner are responsible for the cost and upkeep. 5. More losses to fire. Because the solar panels are always hot and covering the majority of the roof spaces, the firefighters will not be able to cut a ventilation hole in the roofs, because it is not safe to cut through the solar panels. Some fires will not be able to be stopped without a ventilation hole, so more homes and warehouses have the possibility to be lost to fire. 6. And last, the aesthetics. People don't find solar panels aesthetically appealing.
Here are some fun facts about solar panels and solar power. Did you know that Walmart is starting to put solar roofing onto all of their stores?
Did you know, in 1921, Albert Einstein won the Nobel Prize for his theories on the photoelectric effect?
Did you know that solar panels work at night if there's a full moon? It's not just in the daytime that solar panels work. If there's a full moon at night, you are getting energy as well.
Did you know that the Greeks and Romans were the first to use the passive solar power design? They set their houses up to be south-facing so that the sun would come in and light the indoor spaces and give heat.
Did you know that California has the largest solar power plant in the world? In the Mojave Desert, there are 9 solar plants and they cover 1,000 acres.
Did you know that PV cells can produce as much electricity as burning 500,000 tons of coal in a power plant?
Did you know that California gets so much sunlight that according to the U.S. Department of Energy report in 2000, San Francisco could supply all of its daily electricity needs by installing solar panels on the roofs of all of their schools and government buildings?